Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hey Englishhh Podcast. I'm Sara and I'm so excited you're here with me today. Today we're diving into a fun topic that's all about expressing what we love to do in our free time. Yes, we're talking about hobbies and interests. Now, why is this topic so important? Well, hobbies are more than just activities we do for fun. They help us relax, develop new skills, and even connect with others who share the same interests. But what's even more exciting is that hobbies are a great way to practice speaking English. In today's episode, we'll explore different hobbies, learn some useful vocabulary, phrases, and idioms you can use to talk about your interests in English. Plus, we'll look at some helpful grammar tips along the way. So whether you love playing sports, reading books, painting, or even collecting stamps, there's something for everyone in today's discussion. And who knows, you might even discover a new hobby to try. All right, let's get started with some popular hobbies and how you can talk about them in English. So, let's talk about some common hobbies that people enjoy around the world. Everyone has different ways to unwind, and hobbies give us that perfect balance between work and relaxation. One of the most popular hobbies is playing sports. Whether it's football, basketball, or even tennis, sports are a great way to stay active and healthy. In English, we often use verbs ending in ing when we talk about hobbies. For example, you could say, I enjoy playing football, or I love going swimming. Next, we have hobbies like reading and writing. These are perfect for people who enjoy quiet, creative activities. You might hear someone say, I'm really into reading mystery novels, or in my free time, I love writing short stories. For those who enjoy getting their hands dirty, there's gardening. Taking care of plants can be so relaxing. A phrase we often use for this is green thumb, which means you're good at growing plants. For example, my grandmother has a green thumb. Everything she touches blooms beautifully. And if you're more into creative expression, you might love painting or playing music. These hobbies let you tap into your artistic side. You could say, I'm passionate about painting landscapes, or I've been playing the guitar for years. It's my favorite way to relax. There are so many different hobbies out there, from collecting stamps to knitting, to cooking new recipes. Whatever your hobby is, it's a great opportunity to talk about what makes you happy and keep practicing your English. And remember, hobbies often help us connect with others. You could easily strike up a conversation by asking someone, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? All right, now that we've covered a few common hobbies, let's talk about how you can express your own interests and preferences in English. Now, once you know what your hobbies are, how do you talk about them in English? Well, there are lots of ways to express your interests and preferences, and it's easier than you think. For example, you can start by saying something simple like, I'm interested in, or I enjoy. So, if you love reading, you could say, I'm really interested in reading historical fiction, or I enjoy reading in my free time. Another great phrase is, I'm a big fan of. This is a more casual way of expressing something you like. You might hear someone say, I'm a big fan of watching documentaries, or I'm a huge fan of playing chess. It's a fun way to show enthusiasm about your hobby. If you're talking about preferences, you can use phrases like I'd rather or I prefer. For example, I'd rather go hiking than stay indoors, or I prefer playing the piano to the guitar. This is especially useful when comparing two things you like. And don't forget some fun idioms. If something is really your style, you can say, that's right up my alley, which means it's exactly the kind of thing you enjoy. So, if you love trying new recipes, you could say, cooking new dishes is right up my alley. It's also good to know how to ask others about their hobbies. You can ask, what are you into? Or, what do you like doing in your spare time? It's a great way to start a conversation and learn about someone else's interests. So, whether you're sharing your hobbies or learning about others, these phrases will help you express yourself confidently in English. Next, let's dive into why having hobbies can be so beneficial for our overall well-being. Now let's talk about why having hobbies is so important, beyond just having fun. hobbies can actually have a huge impact on our overall well-being. First of all, they're great for reducing stress. When we get involved in something we love, whether it's painting, playing an instrument, or even going for a run, it helps us unwind and takes our minds off everyday worries. It's like giving your brain a little break. And did you know that hobbies can also improve your mental health? Engaging in activities that make you happy can boost your mood and even help combat anxiety or depression. For example, spending time in nature, like gardening or hiking, can bring a sense of calm and mindfulness. Hobbies are also a fantastic way to build new skills. Think about it, whether you're learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, or even cooking, you're constantly developing yourself. This not only keeps your brain active, but also gives you a sense of achievement. And that feeling when you master something new? It's so rewarding. Plus, hobbies can help with social connections. Joining a club, taking a class, or simply sharing your hobbies with friends allows you to meet new people and build relationships. It's always easier to connect with someone who shares the same interests, right? For example, if you enjoy photography, you might find yourself chatting with other photography enthusiasts and exchanging tips. It's a great way to bond and make new friends. And let's not forget the creative outlet hobbies provide. Whether you're into writing, drawing, or even crafting, hobbies allow you to express yourself in unique ways. It's a chance to tap into your creativity and produce something that's truly yours. So, when you think about it, hobbies aren't just a way to pass the time. They're a key part of living a balanced and fulfilling life. They help us grow, relax, and connect with others, all while making us happier in the process. Now that we've looked at some of the amazing benefits of hobbies, let's talk about how you can discover new hobbies that you might not have even thought about before. All right, so now that we know how amazing hobbies can be, you might be wondering, how do I find a new hobby if I don't already have one? Or if I want to try something different? Well, the good news is, there are so many ways to discover new hobbies. Sometimes it's just about being open to trying something new. One of the easiest ways to start is by thinking about what you already enjoy. For example, if you love watching movies, maybe you'd enjoy something creative like photography or videography. Or if you like solving puzzles, you might find coding or even learning a new language really rewarding. Sometimes your existing interests can lead you to a hobby you never expected to enjoy. Another great way to find new hobbies is by joining clubs or groups, whether that's online or in person. There are tons of online communities where you can explore interests with like-minded people. You can also take local classes or workshops on anything from pottery to dancing to graphic design. These not only give you the chance to learn a new skill, but they're also a fun way to meet people who share your interests. And don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Trying something completely different can be exciting. Maybe you've never thought about cooking as a hobby, but taking a cooking class could turn it into a passion. Or perhaps you've never been into sports, but you might find that yoga or hiking is actually a great fit for you. There are also tons of resources online that can help you explore new activities, like YouTube tutorials, blogs, or even apps dedicated to learning new skills. The key is to stay curious and open-minded. And remember, hobbies don't have to be perfect or something you're immediately good at. It's all about having fun, experimenting, and finding what brings you joy. Now that we've explored how to discover new hobbies, I'd love to share a little bit about some of my own hobbies and how they've shaped my interests. Speaking of hobbies, I thought it might be fun to share a little bit about my own hobbies and how they've impacted my life. One of my favourite hobbies is painting. I started painting a few years ago, and honestly, it's been such a wonderful creative outlet for me. I'm not a professional by any means, but there's something really calming about picking up a brush and letting your imagination take over. Plus, it's a great way to unwind after a busy day. Another hobby that I really enjoy is yoga. It's more than just exercise for me. It helps me stay grounded and relaxed. I love how it combines physical movement with mindfulness. It's amazing how much more focused and refreshed I feel after just 30 minutes of yoga. And you don't need any fancy equipment to get started, which makes it super accessible. And of course, I love reading. Whether it's novels, articles, or even language learning materials, reading has always been one of my go-to activities. It's like traveling to new worlds without ever leaving home. It also helps me improve my English, which is a nice bonus. These hobbies have taught me patience, creativity, and how important it is to take time for myself. They've also helped me connect with people who share the same interests, and I've learned so much from them. That's one of the best things about hobbies. They often introduce you to new communities and friendships. So, those are a few of my personal hobbies. I hope sharing them has inspired you to think about what hobbies bring you joy, or maybe encouraged you to try something new. Now, before we wrap up, let's quickly recap what we've learned today. So, today we've talked all about hobbies, why they matter, how they improve our lives, and even how to find new ones. Whether you're passionate about sports, art, music, or something completely different, hobbies are a powerful way to stay balanced, happy, and creative. Remember, it's not about being perfect at something. The real value of a hobby is in the joy it brings you and the opportunities it creates for growth and connection. I hope this conversation has inspired you to explore new hobbies, rediscover old ones, or simply embrace the activities that make you happiest. Don't be afraid to try new things and share your interests with others. It's a great way to practice your English and connect with people from all walks of life. Please like and subscribe if you learned something today. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I can't wait to chat with you again in the next episode. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep having fun with your hobbies. Bye for now.